Also acknowledged the contribution of the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, who directed that gift received during her birthday celebration be channeled towards the completion of the National Library. According to Dr. Alausa, the initiative generated about 25 billion naira, which alongside funds sourced through TED Fund and other efforts has strengthened the financial base for the completion of the project.
Oyo State government has congratulated the chairman of the Trade Union Congress TUC in the state, Mr. Bosun Olabiyaguru, on his emergence as the president of the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Pengasan. The statement by the acting governor of the state, Chief Bayo Lawal, describes Mr. Olabiyaguru's emergence as a good development for the association, noting that his experience, exposure, and patriotism would be brought to bear in taking Pengasan to the next level. The statement lauds the Oyo TUC chairman for being a worthy ambassador of the state, who has continued to excel as a pacer in line with the state identity. According to the statement, the Oyo State government is delighted that a leading labor unionist in the state, who has worked with the administration towards instituting better welfare package for the workforce, has emerged as leader of a foremost trade union group like Pengasan.
Youth leaders of the All Progressive Congress across the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory have pledged their support for the appointment of the Minister of Youth Development, Mr. Ayodele Olawande, as a member of the Presidential Campaign Council ahead of the 2027 presidential election. This is contained in a statement issued by the Chairman Forum of 37 APC states youth leaders, Mr. Zaka Nehemiah. According to the statement, the forum described Mr. Olawande's appointment as strategic and appropriate for youth mobilization across the country ahead of the 2027 polls. The ruling party released the complete membership list of its 27 Presidential Campaign Council, in which Olawande was appointed Director of Youth Mobilization of the Council.
Media professionals have been urged to intensify effort at improving the quality and effectiveness of reportage on sexual and gender-based violence cases in Nigeria. The Director General, National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NATIV, Mrs. Binta Adamu Bello, made the call in Oyo State, Ibadan, during a 2-day capacity building workshop for selected journalists, represented by NAPTIV's Director of Media and Publicity, Mr. Vincent Adekoye. The Director General said the workshop was organized under the European Union support to end sexual and gender-based violence program. Mrs. Adamu Bello said the training was designed to strengthen ethical, accurate, and coordinated media and community-based reporting of SGBV, urging journalists to use their platforms to promote prevention, protect survivors, and improve access to justice. The media lead facilitator and resource person, Mrs. Tonya Adewale Gabriel, urged journalists to avoid sensational survivor blaming and fragmented reporting when covering SGBV cases. Mrs. Adewale Gabriel advocated survivor-centered, evidence-based and action-oriented journalism capable of strengthening public awareness and engagement of SGBV in Oyo, Benue, Kaduna, and the Federal Capital Territory. The highlight of the workshop was the inauguration of the Sexual and Gender-Based Violence Media Corps in Oyo State.
About 300 shops have been destroyed in an early morning fire at the popular Oranje Market in Ibadan, northeast local government area of Oyo State. Affected traders, according to an eyewitness, included gold sellers, furniture dealers, second-hand clothes, and others. A trader simply identified as Yalia said the fire started around midnight. Another eyewitness, who preferred to be anonymous, lamented that the situation was devastating. When contacted, the special advisor to Governor Seyi Makinde on fire reforms and state chairman of fire service, Mr. Morufa Kiwande, confirmed the incident.
The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRS, says 7 passengers have been confirmed dead in a multiple road crash in the Bafok section of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway in Ogun State. The Chief Superintendent Route Commander of the Ogun State sector, Mr. Folabi Odunsi, confirmed the development in a statement issued in Abeokuta, the state capital, stressing that the crash also left 2 other passengers injured. Mr. Odunsi said 3 vehicles with a total of 9 persons were involved in the crash, and preliminary information indicates that 7 persons were killed, while 2 persons sustained injuries. He noted that the deceased were evacuated from the scene by the Ogun State Ambulance Service, while the injured victims were taken away for medical attention. Mr. Odunsi added that the crashed vehicles were handed over to the Motor Traffic Division of the Nigeria Police Force, IPAFO, for further necessary actions.
The Lagos State government has mourned the death of veteran Nollywood actor Mr. Taiwo Hassan, popularly known as Ogogo, describing him as a cultural icon and a distinguished ambassador of Yoruba heritage. The same Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture expressed condolences to the actor's family, friends, colleagues, and the wider Nollywood and creative arts community. In a statement by the Commissioner for Tourism, Arts and Culture, Mr. Toke Benson Awoyinka, said Hassan's contributions to the entertainment industry went beyond acting. The Commissioner said Ogogo dedicated many years to the promotion of Yoruba culture, theatre, and the entertainment industry, as his contribution to the creative sector helped shape the cultural landscape of Lagos State and Nigeria, leaving a lasting legacy that will continue to inspire generations to come. The Commissioner said the ministry shared in the grief of Hassan's family and the creative community, describing his death as a major loss to the cultural and entertainment sectors. Similarly, APC governorship candidate Ogun State Senator Solomon Adjola, popularly known as Yayi, has condoled with the deceased family. He described his death as painful, particularly after the courageous battle he fought and the collective hope and prayers for his recovery throughout the period of his illness and treatment. Senator Adjola said Alhaji Taiwo Hassan was more than an accomplished veteran of the entertainment industry to him, but a brother and a proud son of Ilaro in Ogun State, whose remarkable career brought joy to generations and contributed immensely to the growth and development of the Nigerian film industry. Then pray that Almighty Allah forgives his shortcomings, accepts his good deeds, and grant him Al-Jannah Firdaus. The Nollywood actor Taiwo Hassan, popularly known as Ogogo, passed away yesterday at the age of 66 following a battle with stage 4 cancer.
Tears flowed in Ilaro, Ogun State, as the remains of veteran Nollywood actor Taiwo Hassan, popularly known as Ogogo, were carried to his final resting place. An emotional atmosphere enveloped the venue as family members, friends, colleagues, and sympathizers gathered for the burial rite of the 66-year-old actor. A video from the funeral procession showed mourners carrying Ogogo's remains as they moved towards the place where he would be buried in accordance with Islamic rites. Among those at the funeral was Ogogo's close friend and colleague, Yinka Quadri, who was seen crying uncontrollably as mourners attempted to console him. Nollywood actors, including Jide Kosoko, Faithia Balogun, Femi Adebayo, Mr. Latin, and Toyosi Adesanya, had earlier arrived in Ilaro for the burial. Also present were Ireti Osayemi and Bisi Bidapo, alongside other colleagues, family members, and well-wishers.
U.S. missions has warned Nigerians against fraudulent visa application. Reactions have trailed death of popular Nollywood actor. Still to come, Pope Leo urges global action against Ebola. Serbia gets support to contain wildfires. We'll be right back after this big. Don't go away.
Glad to know that you're still listening to the world today. Now the rest of the news. The Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, has reached 5,515 confirmed cases of infection and killed 2,642 people, with 51 new cases detected in Ituri and North Kivu provinces. The update came as Pope Leo called for international action to help contain the epidemic, which is now the deadliest Ebola outbreak in DRC's history. Report says the outbreak is now on track to surpass the deadliest Ebola epidemic on record, which was the 2014-2016 outbreak in West Africa that killed more than 11,000 people. According to government figures, the case fatality rate in the DRC has climbed from about 20% in early June to nearly 48% now, meaning almost 1 in 2 people infected are dying.
Andy Bonham is in Ukraine for his first foreign visit since becoming United Kingdom Prime Minister. Mr. Bonham is expected to chair his first meeting of the Coalition of the Willing and is set to hand over blueprints for Ukraine to build its own long-range missiles. The visit comes on Ukraine's Independence Day and after Moscow had warned of consequences over the use of British drones by Ukraine.
Helicopters and firefighters from European Union countries, including crews from the Czech Republic and Romania, are working alongside Serbia teams to contain a large wildfire that has been burning for weeks in Deliblatska Peskara, a protected nature reserve near the capital Belgrade. Report says the operation continued as Serbia's RTs reported that a separate fire in the southwestern Stolovi mountain range had been brought under control with help from a Russian Ilyushin Il-76 water-bombing aircraft. Serbia's Interior Minister Ivica Dasic described the situation as difficult, with more than 400 personnel deployed to the area each day. President Aleksandar said Belgrade had turned to both the EU and Russia once it became clear Serbia's own resources were not enough.
Thousands of people have been told to evacuate from an area close to Reno, Nevada, as a large wildfire raked the outskirts of the city. Around 42,000 people have been ordered to leave their homes immediately, with a further 45,000 people urged to get ready to leave. The fire, which was first reported over the weekend and caused by humans, has so far injured 6 people, as windy and unpredictable weather conditions have contributed to its spread. Nevada's Governor Joe Lobando has declared state of emergency in Washoe County and ordered the National Guard to join firefighting and law enforcement efforts. According to Lombardo, this is an active and rapidly evolving situation and urged everyone in the affected area to remain vigilant and follow the directions of local officials.
4 people have been arrested in South Africa in connection with the murder of boxing champion Zolani Tate, who was shot dead outside his home last week Friday. He was gunned down in what has been described as an ambush in Danstani, Eastern Cape. One of the men being held, a 22-year-old, was arrested on Saturday, will make an initial appearance in court today and faces murder and attempted murder charges. Tate held the WBO bantamweight title from 2017 to 2019, as well as the IBF super flyweight title in 2014.
Lessons from the just concluded Osun State governorship election is the basis of today's Heart of the Matter, written by Olawale Ashake of our Current Affairs Unit.
It is no longer news that the Osun State off-cycle governorship election has come and gone, but the lessons from the exercise remain unforgettable in the minds of Nigerians, particularly the Osun residents. Before the election, there was palpable fear across the state as many people were reportedly killed, while several others were injured in perceived political violence. Whereas the election held on Saturday, August 15, was generally described as peaceful and orderly, with encouraging voter participation, as against the expectation of many people that there may likely be voter apathy. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) subsequently declared Governor Ademola Adeleke the winner after he polled 511,067 votes, while his closest rival, Alhaji Bola Oyebanji of the All Progressive Congress (APC) garnered 454,015. One major lesson from the election is the power of the people, as the experience once again demonstrated that democracy gives citizens the opportunity to determine who govern them, making voter participation extremely important. Citizens should therefore not wait until election day before becoming interested in political affairs. Another important lesson is the need for political parties and their candidates to respect the electorate, as elections should not be treated merely as a contest of personalities, money, or political influence. What should matter most is the ability of candidates to present credible programs capable of improving the lives of the people. The election also highlighted the importance of technology in Nigeria's electoral process. The use of bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, and electronic transmission of results has strengthened transparency, although reports of BVAS malfunctions in few places show that there is still room for improvement. Election observers have also raised concern about vote buying, which remains a serious threat to the credibility of election in Nigeria. It is becoming worrisome that vote buying and selling has taken a central stage in every election across the country. Security is another critical lesson. A peaceful election is not only the responsibility of security agencies. Political parties, candidates, supporters, and voters all have a role to play. The Osun State governorship election also reminds the nation's electoral empire that preparation, logistics, transparency, and professionalism are essential to building public trust and confidence in the Commission. Indeed, the Commission itself has described the election as a milestone whose lessons should guide preparations for the 2027 general election. For voters, the message is simple: do not sell your votes. A temporary financial or material inducement cannot be compared with 4 years of good or bad governance. The power of the ballot should be used wisely. As Nigeria looks towards next year's general election, the experience in the just concluded governorship election in Osun State should therefore serve as a learning ground. Political parties must play the game by the rules. INEC must continue to improve. Security agencies must remain neutral and professional. Media should be apolitical, while citizens must remain vigilant and participate actively. Ultimately, democracy is not only about winning election. It is about building a system where every vote counts, every citizen has a voice, and elected leaders remain accountable to the people.
That script on lessons from the just concluded Osun State governorship election was written by Olawale Asake of our Current Affairs Unit and read by Arinola Dada.
Okapi is an animal blessed with numerous characteristics that makes it unique. Oluwakemi Ayodokun is on the ground for details.
The okapi, also known as the forest giraffe, is a rare elusive mammal native exclusively to the tropical rainforests of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Despite its striking zebra-like leg stripes, it is the only living relative of the giraffe. The okapi is reddish brown to chocolate coat, with brown-white horizontal stripes on the legs and hind quarters. It stands about 5 feet tall at the shoulder and weighs between 440 and 770 pounds. It possesses a long prehensile purplish blue tongue up to 18 inches long that is long enough to reach and clear its own ears and eyelids. The okapi is found only in the dense lowland rainforest of Central Africa, particularly the Ituri rainforest. The okapi is generally solitary and shy, relying on keen hearing and low-frequency infrasound communication to stay safe. The okapi is herbivorous, browsing on over 100 species of leaves, both fruits and fungi, alongside eating mineral-rich clay and charcoal.
The script on okapi was written by an intern from Bowen University, Osun State, Toba Olowe.
And now to end the news on the world today from the stable of Radio Nigeria. Here again are the day's top stories. The United States Mission in Nigeria has warned visa applicants that fraudulent documents or information suggesting a potential security threat can trigger immediate action by U.S. authorities. The Lagos State government has mourned the death of veteran Nollywood actor Mr. Taiwo Hassan, popularly known as Ogogo, describing him as a cultural icon and distinguished ambassador of Yoruba heritage. The Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, has reached 5,515 confirmed cases of infection and killed 2,642 people, with 51 new cases detected in Ituri and North Kiev provinces. Thousands of people have been told to evacuate from an area close to Reno, Nevada, as black wildfire reached the outskirts of the city. And we also told you lastly in the news that around 42,000 people have been ordered to leave their homes immediately, with a further 45,000 people urged to get ready to leave.
That's it on the world today. Join us tomorrow for a fresh edition of the program. Mudukwe Toba edited. My name is Olushola Akinrokwen from my colleague
Remy Omololazu. Enjoy the rest of the day. Good afternoon.